Here at the Longhorn Ammunition Factory, outside of Karnak. This was a ammunition production facility from World War II onto the Vietnam era. Some label it as, it's been called the Chernobyl of the South due to all the chemicals that were used here leaching into the soil and into the groundwater. The complex was huge, spread out all over, with different ammunition ammunition bunkers to store stuff and different production facilities. This is just one of the several buildings that are still here. Very, very eerie and very unique as you're driving around here. A lot of roads just all over. Like you could tell it was a big complex, kind of a town in a way. So definitely a neat little thing to come explore. And it makes you wonder what this building was used for. Now it's just concrete and steel crumbling and rusting. Here at Karnak at the old Longhorn Ammunition Plant, you see structures all through the woods here, everywhere. Like this looks like a spot where they would back trucks in to bring them down lower to unload. You have buildings here, you have them off in the woods. A lot of signs everywhere where roads are closed or restricted areas, restricted to the public, probably due to the structures being old and crumbling or other stuff. It just, if you ever get here to just do drive around tour through here, the vastness of this place will amaze you. I mean, you can literally see the roads go on. It seems like forever, and there's so many crossroads and stuff. It looks literally like there was a huge town here. Some more of the buildings around here at the Longhorn site. I mean, it just makes you wonder what these buildings were here, what they were used for. And you can see other buildings off in the trees. I mean, it is pretty wild out here. Like, very post-apocalyptic would be the best word I could use to describe it. I mean, you've got all these buildings, all these areas. The forest reclaiming all that man made and put out here. And most of this stuff, you see it and you're like, man, I wonder what it was used for. What they had here. I mean, I know they made trinitrotoluene, which is TNT, for and you see the different buildings, like the different structures. like just sectioned off, and there's just more stuff everywhere. Also, it should really be noted that out here around Big Cypress Bayou, Caddo Lake, Jefferson, Karnak, this is where a lot of people, there's a lot of, and y'all laugh when I tell you this, there's a lot of Bigfoot sightings around here. They call it the skunk ape. So if you see one, let me know that you saw it. Look at old telephone poles or old electric poles down. I mean, I can only imagine what this whole complex looked like when it was still up and running. Like, oh my gosh, it was probably massive. And probably hundreds of people working here, running around everywhere. Probably soldiers here, stationed here too, to protect it because of its importance and value. Like, look at this. Like, what was this room for? Look how big it is. I mean, it is crazy. Well, that concludes the tour of kind of going around the whole complex. Definitely a wild place out here with all the buildings and stuff. Not a lot still standing, or that you could have access to. There's probably a lot more hidden off in the woods, but there again, it's also very restricted. Definitely gonna have to come back here and try to explore a little bit more. I'm here on a Sunday, so it's kind of closed down. So definitely have to come back during the week and kind of tour it and look around. But if you get a chance to come out here to Karnak and come tour the old Longhorn Ammunition Plant, you should definitely do it. Just know that there's an auto tour that you can drive through around, and it has signs, so it's easy to follow, and you get to see a lot of history and get a lot of questions. But as always, this is the River Rat, and I'll see you down the river.